shoes on. I ain't got time to mess around. I'm gonna have to just go for Tron. No, I'll do. Right. Oh, my bike's not even. Oh! The worst. Oh, what is happening? Got a right flap on this morning. Heart rate's really all wrong because I can't find my heart rate monitor. For goodness sake. I'm using my chest heart rate monitor, so I don't know why it's overreading so much. Can't find my other one. Oh. Okay, panic is over. Morning, everybody. Climbers race, where does it say that? Don't think it is a climbers race. I don't have to enter a climbers race every time, do I? Or is that what you just assume? Silent, it's not that far away, it's not sunny here. Mr. Hubbard's in this race. My heart rate monitor might as well be off. Yeah, I got some week off plans, yeah. Everyone needs a recharge every now and then, don't they? So there won't be any videos next week. Complete 5 days off the bike. Hopefully I'm giving you all permission to not feel so guilty about doing the same if you ever have to. 5 days is absolutely nothing. Morning, Mike. I think it was Phil. Morning, Luke. I remember why I hate wearing a chest strap indoors now. Because it makes me very itchy. This is a fast race, isn't it? Very fast. I was hoping there'd be a bit more people backpedal. People racing this morning. I did bank on it, being it was a Sunday. But it turns out maybe I was a little bit too late putting the advertisement out last night. There's only one effort, Mick. True though. Took a big group ride out yesterday, so there was a great group of us out for. We did about a 2-hour loop. Did one climb and did a mixture of efforts, put everyone through their paces. We did some self-paced effort on a flat road for 7 minutes, and then we did a 7-minute climb which had 30-30 over and unders. Till you got to the end of the steep bit, and then when it flattened off it was into like a solid sort of FTP effort. Most people come out riding though, they don't have power meter, so I always have to give them something tangible effort wise to aim for, and then that'll be a nice sketchy descent through a lane, which is so much fun. And then we did another effort, but on an undulating road, another 7 minutes self-paced, and set riders off, so 10 seconds apart, so they're kind of chasing the next rider. That was good fun as well. So yeah, people coming on well outdoors anyway. They don't ride on Zwift, so that is their structure. It wasn't as cold this time, Kev. It was about 4 degrees, and because I'd done 2.5 hours before meeting them yesterday morning, I left the house at 6, did some endurance, and then met with them I did 5.5 hours yesterday, which I'm chuffed to bits with. Really getting quite good now at backing up, which will be really important for some of the things I'm going to be doing. I'll need to be able to have the ability to ride massive back-to-back big days with effort. So it's all coming in to its own. Any of you see the video from the other day with the hairy descent? Although not so much hairy, fast. I think it was more so the effort on the climbs. Most Zwift races are always lazy if you're one of the fittest in the race. If you're hanging on for grim death though, it's not lazy. Oh, come on Ian, you should be out all winter. It won't do itself. Get those hours in, outdoors, with no gloves. Freeze your hands. Makes you a hard man. Back in my day, when we didn't have Zwift. I'm joking. Whatever you can do in it. Say vast majority of people nowadays don't ride outdoors. I've always said, you'll always know me. I've always said I have to ride outdoors. It is the very essence of adventure for me. I love indoor riding, or rather I love indoor racing. I love the race inside of Zwift. I think I pretty much dislike everything else about it. Max heart rate, I have no idea. Probably about 180. The descent with the car coming, I think it looked worse than what it is because the GoPro is shooting ultra wide, and GoPro is shooting ultra wide, and it's also like the speed. I wasn't actually going that fast. Like I was doing about 26, 27 mile an hour. You can hear cars when you're in the middle of nowhere like that. You can hear cars, you can hear tractors, you can hear oncoming traffic. It's sheep you got to worry about. Like, you obviously can't hear them. They're silent killers. You come around a corner, one of them could be in the middle of the road. But yeah, I mean, it's very rare. That was the only car I saw on the whole loop that was actually moving, I think. Oh no, two cars I saw on that whole loop. So but it wasn't as scary as what it looked, and I had to include it in the video. I had to. I love the fact someone commented, it's nice that your fitness matches your skill or something, and I was like, oh, thanks for the compliment. Like, I've not lost it. They must have been like, they must always hear or watch like Zwift stuff and see my power numbers and then think like, I don't know, maybe I'm not capable. It's funny. Yeah, I think if I wasn't feeling so lethargic a couple of hours ago, I would have jumped on earlier and done an earlier race. But this is the only one that kind of fitted. And I saw there's quite high rankings, high rank riders in this race, so that's nice to throw one of those in the mix, even if I'm not going to be competitive in them. It's all in the mind, Kev. It's all in the mind. Well, next week, Mark. Well, it's not a rest week. It's a break. So I'm not touching the bike for 5 days. I'll go for a couple of runs. But yeah, I'm just taking a break because why not? Yeah, I think a rest week for me is different to a lot of people. Well, I guess it depends on what you're used to, you know. If you're constantly doing, say, 900, I guess the only way we can quantify it really is over a broad community is by talking TSS or hours. Say if I'm, you know, backing up with 800, 900,000 TSS weeks, my deload week could be like half of that, if not less again. I think yeah, the temptation is always to do more, obviously, on a deload week, because you feel like you can. If you've done it properly, you feel like you can't, and you're ready for it. And then the deload is just that, like, you're deloading everything. I think I'm quite good at them. I wasn't, but I'm quite good at taking a rest, taking a break, because it means very little in the grand scheme of things. You all know that anyway. It's yeah. Morning everyone, just joined. Morning Katie. Typically my rest week though is certainly, it involves like riding with people more who are slower than me. That's not supposed to be an insult, because the majority of people I ride with are slower than me, and I enjoy that because A, they see it as a good chance for them to push themselves, and B, I see it a good chance for me to force myself to ride easier, but still have a laugh. And so I tend to ride up with a group on a weekend. At least they'll still have a longish ride in there, but it'll be super chill. You know, I'm talking like, it doesn't matter if you accumulate time in zone 1 on a deload week, because when you're doing a lot of volume, it's often that sensation of like, if you do too little, you feel poop when you start coming back. So it's never a case of like, you want to be still pedaling a bit, innit? But nothing serious. Yeah, some people say it's a good time for a test. It depends what part of the season you're in. Sometimes it's a good time for you to do a race as the one intensity day of the week. And you can see it in lots of ways. Yeah, to be honest, Mark, I give a lot of praise for the riders locally I've always ridden with. You know, they keep me on the straight and narrow. They keep me on a leash. You know, they motivate me, you know, when things get down. And, you know, they also give me an excuse to get out when I don't feel like it sometimes. You know, and I think you can't put enough emphasis on having that like friendship group where you can always come back to them regardless what happens. And it's the same with your coach in a little way. Ooh. This may sound silly coming from me, but I agree with you, Ian. I really enjoy racing on this course. The tactician in me loves it, and the fact that there's always kind of, you know, a corner, or there's always like an up or a down, anything really, that kind of increases the dynamic or variability of the race. Definitely makes you think more, and I think you can easily, if you switch off, you can easily get gapped. And that's coming from a climber slash time trialist. As you've probably seen from recent videos I put out and my Strava rides and the FFR stage race finale up the Alp, I'm in really good shape for January, and that's not just reflected in the numbers. It's how I feel as well. Like aerobically, I feel in like really good position, and there's a good reason for that. I got a big target coming up, or mini target, but also there's a reason why I'm taking the break next week as well, which no doubt you'll find out when I get back, hopefully. We'll see. Whew. Yeah, 5 days completely off the bike probably, yeah. Looking forward to it. Actually excited for when I do come back, because I know it'll do me the world of good. Morning, Ollie. Yeah, we'll do another race after this one, Josh, yeah. That's it, Gareth, yeah. That's it. I'm looking forward to some high heart rate work when I get back. Take advantage of it. A bit of VO2 max development. I'm going to do the short Innsbruck 9 kilometer race. I think it starts in like 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to run a bit while I'm off the bike for those 5 days, yeah. Yeah. Not much. Enough to keep the hate comments coming in. Saying that, why am I only running for like 10 minutes? Why this bike choice? Well, I didn't jump on to Zwift until like 2 minutes before the event, so yeah. Yeah, I know, Tommy, I know. It's just I'm sick of explaining it now. I'm sick of explaining it. Like, I would have thought it's obvious. You know, you can't go into the gym and like squat X amount of weight, like, without having squatted for like 4 years or something. I do think it's because they think that fitness translates, which it obviously does somewhat, but it's the efficiency, isn't it? Or lack of, rather. Like, I'm just trying to run a little bit more consistently and get used to it. I found that I'm coming on good now, so there's no need to overdo it. And it's quite nice seeing like my heart rate at like 120 when I'm running 5 minute per k pace. I mean, obviously my inefficiency will soon show once I start to run for longer. That heart rate drift is bound to come through because of my inefficiency. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, to be honest. I am really enjoying it. Yeah, we have a park run. Well, we've got two. Both of them are on the seafront. But I don't know if I will run a 5k before, like in terms of a park run. We'll have to see how things work out. Oh, nice one, Miles. It's a shame lots of people have missed things with illness, but you're not the only one. Well, Ian, I want to win it, don't I? I want to win it. I think my target for the first 5k is to run it as fast as possible. I know people have said to even split, but I want to run it borderline as quick as I can, and then I just want to smash the bike to bits and then just walk the last 5k. I think personally I think this time I can run an 18 in that first 5k and maybe a 19 in the second 5. I don't think I'm being ambitious when I say that. If I can do that and then ride about 10 minutes quicker than everybody else on the bike, then I'll be happy. It doesn't matter where I position. I just think I've said all along, it's an excuse for me to do a time trial, a bike time trial on local roads. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. Yeah, I am going to do, I don't know what you guys think about this, so I'm going to do a 1 mile test. I've read about it, and it's something you can use like a calculation to work out. It gives you some sort of pacing over like a 5k. So I'm going to do like a 1 mile test, because I feel like if I just jump straight into like a 5k test, I'm going to be like really sore. But if I do a 1 mile test, you know, that's like the lesser of two evils. So although it might not be as accurate, a bit like the ramp test, for example, or whatever, it'll be better than nothing. Plus it'll give me I think an excuse to do like a 1 mile running video with a really good clickbait title. It's a 30k bike, Tommy. So if I do about 40 minutes or sub 40 minutes on the bike, which is definitely doable, most people will be below that. It is hilly. This duathlon, it's nothing serious. Like, you don't usually get people showing up. It's for, you know, weekend warriors. yeah, so like Andrew, for example, he won't do it. Well, as he told me anyway. And neither will Mundy, who's a local pro triathlete as well. Neither of them I don't think I signed up for it. When I did the duathlon a few years ago, I ran an 19 and a half first 5k, and then the guy who was first in the T1, do you know what he did? He did like 16 flat. And do you know what he did on the 30k bike? An hour. It was pan flat. And obviously he didn't win, but that was the difference. Like, he told me at the end, he's obviously a runner, you know, and he was doing the bike just for, or he was doing the duathlon for some fun. Like, you're talking about like pace zones and everything else. Chances are, like, aside from the actual race itself, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of that run on feel rather than like pace zones. But I think again, people have asked me if I'm going to be doing any interval sessions, like running interval sessions. I doubt it. I think I'm just going to run, because it's the fundamentals of sport. Like, I might do 1 or 2 sessions, big attack, a WLC rider. I have they got in touch with me, Kev. They said, do I need any tips? So that was nice of them, very nice of them. It's nice that they can say that to me and not just think, or not just assume, oh, you know, he knows everything already. Like, I don't know. So it's nice when people come to you and say that, you know. I was thinking for the 1 mile at least, we're gonna film it from like a bike. Charlie will ride alongside me or behind me and film my run. So I figure that would look kind of nice. It'd be nice to look back on. And yeah. Yeah, it's nice. That's what it is, Kev. It's nice, isn't it? Nice to have something else. Time for some hype. Yeah, that's a good point too, Mick. Yeah, it was nice to stop every so often. use me as motivation, Katie. If I'm doing it, you're doing it. Tricky part coming up. 1,000 watt sprint incoming. Ooh, big move. Big move. Everyone's onto it. Oh. Nice. Top 15. I nearly unclipped my foot as well. Getting used to these Giro Imperials, because obviously they're not laces, they're boas. My foot is like well, it feels so much more rigid inside the shoe, because you can obviously tighten them up. And I think it was a bit too aggressive on my stamping, and I nearly popped out. Oh. Okay, next race. Bottom bracket clickers come back now after that. What have we got here? Ah, 798. Tough finish though, isn't it? When someone goes long like that, it's quite a tough finish. You can see the little surges. 726. What's that? 12 watts per kilo. 13 seconds. Have a little spin here first before we join a Born Sprinter. I have to say, I said it earlier, I do love a sprint race. I do love a flat race, or whatever you want to call it, a tactical race. It lights me up. I much prefer something like that than like a race that only goes up a climb, and it's like if someone's riding away from you, it's kind of over, or not over, but you get a little bit deflated. And yeah, it feels like when you're in a race like this, anything can happen. I'm going to put the riser block underneath the front wheel this time. See what we can manage in the second sprint. No doubt Innsbruck is going to end in a sprint. In some shape or form. Nine minutes. We can do another 5 minutes here. And then jump over. Anybody else joining me? Innsbruck. One little blast. A race like this can go either two ways, I think. It can either be like full gas the whole time, or it can start off like really easy and be a really hard finish. No, I wouldn't want to take you away, mate. It's important you do what you're doing. I'm the first one to say, stay away from the race. Stay away from races. Do the training when you need to do training. No worries, Gunnar. No worries. Nah, I don't know, Tommy. I quite fancy having another sprint again. Quite fancy another sprint. No? Does everybody enjoy seeing me sprint? Or are you not a fan of it? Do you prefer me to go long and win the event? Or try and win the event that way? Like, I always wonder this. I always wonder if it turns people off that I don't, sometimes I don't animate the race, I just wait until a sprint, even though I'm not going to win the sprint. Dominic, sorry. You're flying. Absolutely flying. Give up this triathlon lock. Track sprinting for you now. We'll change your program. Kev. Welcome to the dark side. Right, Daniel. Just some time for this little fun 5-mile race. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, going long, or making a big attack. You burn through a lot of matches really quickly. You've also got to be very motivated for it, just like you have to be for a sprint. Like you've obviously got to be motivated to have a very good sprint. But sometimes I find it difficult to get myself in the zone to do a long attack or something. Someone's on the Cervelo there with SRAM. Very wise words, Tommy. I find sometimes people, it's like all or nothing. Like, if I plan an endurance ride, it'll often just say, ride. But when you create the workout on Trainer Peaks, it's just like one block of zone 2. And it's like, you don't have to ride there. That's just the sort of... That's just to give you some sort of tangible number, or something physical. If for example, if I'm looking after people who just ride outside, I wouldn't build a workout at all, and I would just be blank, and it would just be go and ride outside. Just don't lock in. Oh, this race won't last long. What, 12, 13 minutes is it, this race? Nice one, Al. I wonder how long my shoes are going to stay white. I really like them. I really like my shoes. But hammer time. Lived up in the day. Okay. Tasty finishing coming. Maybe. Wide fitting. No, they're pretty neutral. I would say because they're quite soft, like they're mesh, sort of a little bit mesh on the outside. There's a lot of sort of give in them, so they, you know, you're not kind of squeezing your foot in. Well, I only recommend them if you like gyros. The lace ups I've had were amazing, and these are just as good. So, but they've got boas. Very easy to clean these shoes. I love the Empires. Only downside, they're lace ups. But that's the same choice I had, Tony. The Shimano's S-Wick 7. And I went for these. Oh, some mixed cat rays. I like those. I got half of these people you're name dropping, like I only know you lot. $7.7 to go. That's right, earned it, Ian. This is an interesting race, isn't it? Yeah, surprisingly easy start. Well, at least for some, maybe. There's going to be some danger in the finale. Must be an absolute baller if this is your only race you ever do. Like, you only do sub 10k flat races. You're absolute baller. Yeah, that's true actually, yeah. That's very true. These are the best races for like lower categories to try and get a grip of air racing for sure, especially if it takes off like this at like 3 watts 40 kilo. Gives them something tangible to chase. It's good. Well thought through. Don't judge what? The pace. I never judge anybody, Mick. Not when I've been brought up in a cycling community like I was. You never judge 70-year-old bike riders who've been on the block for years and they'll beat you in a sprint on a club ride. That taught me. There's going to be some red incoming. There's going to be some souls taken. Not by me. Oh, that's mental, Mick. And also, frankly, amazing. Yeah, later him. Or her. Or him. Okie dokie. Let's get it. Can I just say, the fact that my avatar does not stand at the saddle when I'm going full gas is the most demoralising thing in the online world. It's ridiculous. It's like you don't want to watch it. It looks stupid. Shout out to all the FCP people out there. The aerobic people. Oh, this is slow. This is slow. Oh, it's getting dicey. It's getting dicey. Fist pump to that. Katie, give me some skin. Oh man, this is going to be tricky now, isn't it? This is so slow, so someone's bound to go early. They don't have to risk it. I don't have to risk it for a biscuit. Yeah, generally speaking, the lower your FTP, generally. Okay, whoa, steady on now. Steady on. Focus. Okay. Oh no. No. There's no way I can sprint from that far out. No. That would be completely against. Whew, that was good. Yeah, that was. I wasn't going to get involved with a 30-second sprint. If the race had turned out differently, with a smaller group, then the sprint wouldn't have been as long. But when the group's that big, there's always people looking at each other. But I got another 14th place. Well, the position is irrelevant. I enjoyed that one as well. Yeah. Oh, that was 801 watts, that one. So that was more than the last race. Nice. Oh, nice. Happy. Anybody riding in Innsbruck at the minute? No, Zwift only belongs to long sprinters when you're on a course like that. Yeah, I was having to do like 500 watts though to not slip back, Nick, wasn't I? And being my sprint is only about a couple hundred watts more than that. It basically turned into a 30-second slog fest, which I'm not going to do basically. I would rather do, at this point in time, I would rather do 15-second sprint max. There's no way I'm going longer than that. Particularly when it's flat and fast like that. And you just go backwards. Unless you're doing 800 watts. So if you want to hang around for a bit longer and chat, I'm going to stay online for another 10 minutes or so. If anybody's in Innsbruck in a minute, I'd love to know. Meet up the last 10 minutes. If not, no worries. What's everyone's plan now for the next week? Everything laid out, or thank you, Ian. I will. I'll catch you on my return. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, same here, Dan, same here. Not quite as low as with you probably, but cold in comparison. Yes, Mick, yes. Easy. Easy. Thank you, Phil. Regards to you both. What route is it, Gunnar? Oh, no worries, Agnes. Nice to hear from you. Climber's Gambit, yeah. Climber's Gambit will be a good one. Looking forward to that. It's my only chance to race. So that's why I'm looking forward to it. Well, it's the only one I've been selected for. Nice, Tommy. Nice. I'll go up here a couple of minutes and get some 3 kilometers and I turn around. On Strava for this year, on Strava I set myself a target of 27,500 kilometers. Last year was 25,000, but I didn't reach it. My biggest year has been around that. And that was pre-Zwift, so they were all outdoor kilometers, and obviously race kilometers helps when you race stage races, because you can do like 200-kilometer races and they only take like 5 hours. It's not a main goal, but it's just something in the background. Something that's extra tangible if, you know, motivation's flagging or anything. It's just something else that you can refer to keep you on track. To get your butt up. No worries, Mick. Thank you for joining in. Catch you all on a stream, surely. One of your streams. Or anybody else's stream for that matter. Me? What, May last year, Greg? Wow. Sorry to hear that. Right, gang, thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day and week, and I'll catch you whenever that next time is. It's been a good morning.